Claude, we're here.
I gotta tell you, if it's not one thing, it's another.
Listen, getting the whole electronics thing down is
Yeah.
very important because then we get into a routine and it's got to look consistent. Then I could start doing creating an intro board for us. I'll make a board on Canva that when we publish it and we post it wherever we post it, we should have like our own board for this particular podcast that shows me and you something funny, whatever. I think we should stick with the having fun and laughing thing, even though we do talk about some serious things sometimes.
I wanted to talk to you about something, and now it just slipped my mind. I said, "Oh, I gotta save it for the podcast, so we can
Well,
just talk about it."
we started before and I was
Anyway,
feeling
like how? But let's start from the beginning. How's your day been? My day has been fine. I'm done working, so I'm able to do this with you.
all right and not feel that there's going to be some sort of a
No, there's
repercussion with
No,
work.
there's no pressure. It's just I got to do that. That's my priority, and then this is something that we do, which I love
I,
because you've been talking about it for how long? We've been waiting to do this. We just needed a platform. Thinking, how are we going to record on a phone, just a phone call?
right, where we get that split screen podcast format
Right.
and not waste the phone calls. I mean, can you imagine how much content we've had in the past year that we'll try to recreate? We'll just go with whatever comes up new. I mean, there's always new stuff every day, right?
So you know how I have to. So we were talking about how we're going to get started with all this and what we're going to. Do you want to know what I was doing just before I came on?
No. Did it have to do with work or?
It was literally I was like, oh, getting ready, whatever. I passed the bathroom because I have Chippy, who I'm training to just use the wee wee pads because it's cold out and the up and down, it takes a lot of time. And plus, if I'm out of the house a long period of time, I
Right.
want him to know that it's okay to make pee pee and poo poo on the wee wee pad
Right.
because
Can the,
that limits me, right? If I'm going out for a whole day, like how we went into Queens and we
yeah,
did the
that was a whole
cemetery
day.
run, that was a whole day. I had to make sure he was fed. I had to make sure he was, because he takes heart medication, so he has to be fed with his heart medication. Then, right before you picked me up, I gave him a good size, like a handful of snack to eat or whatever to hold him over until I got back, and the whole 9 yards, and the pee-pee and the poopies. Well, here I am. I'm thinking everything is done. I'm getting ready to do this. I pass the bathroom, and there's a pile of shit there. I'm like, well, well, okay, good boy, Chip. What am I gonna do? So there I am scrambling because I'm thinking that this is gonna be, you're gonna accept me into the studio, picking up dog shit.
Well, yeah, but while you were thinking that I was going to be accepting your invite, I did accept the invite, but I was in the room by myself. In other words, I was in the studio by myself going, all right, when's she coming in? Like,
No, you know
you,
what it was saying on my end? No one in the studio.
right. And on my end, when I was having difficulty connecting with you, and we're talking about Riverside, and we got nothing, we got no gripes with Riverside. We're
No,
trying this out
just
on
trying
this
it out.
particular app, which was recommended to me or brought to my attention by my friend Gail Gelbard. And Gail has a podcast and website. The name of her channel is Passing with a Plan, and she helps people plan for the last phase of their life to make sure everything is organized. And it's a very interesting channel. You should check it out. But I saw a podcast that she had conducted last week between her and some doctor, that, a psychiatrist or something. And so when we saw them for dinner this weekend, I said, "Hey, what platform did you use? Was that Zoom?" And she said, "No, it was Riverside." But anyway, so we tried it out. So that kind of inspired us, right? To say, okay, here's this app. Let's try to do a couple of podcasts on this app. Let's see how it works. If we like it, it's relatively inexpensive. I don't mind paying for
It's
that.
not terrible.
And that gives you the certain functionality. Like you could download, you don't have to edit stuff on their app. You could actually download things and then edit them on whatever your video editor is. So things like that. You could store things locally. So there are benefits with being, paying for the license, but we want to try it out,
We'll see.
before.
So far, I mean, other than having a hard time getting in,
Yeah, getting logged in. So
it's not terrible.
what I was doing wrong, Claude, was when I was logging in, I have to just hit record. And then when I hit record, it then brings me right into the room and it says, you have to invite some. It takes two to tango or something, or two to podcast, right? So do you want to invite? And then I hit invite. Your thing came up in my address book.
Right, because
I
you already
sent you
did
the
it.
invite. And then when you came in, I was already in the room. I was connected and everything worked correctly. So I learned, so there's a process and I'll show you how to do that. Like if you ever want to initiate the podcast, I'll show you what you got to do it. It's pretty simple. I was just doing it backwards. I was trying to invite first,
Oh, and
and
then
then it wasn't letting me jump into the room. You can't invite first. You got to jump into the room and then invite from the room
all right.
as the creator. And you'll see the camera shake a little bit. I just kicked it with my stick.
And the when you come in, it says create, right? That's the button you hit.
Yeah, you hit create and then it gives you options, and there's the little record button. You hit that next, and then you're in the room, and it's like,
And
okay,
then you invite.
right. You'll see a little thing that's a little caption that says, "Well, it takes two to tango."
Oh, okay.
You want to invite? You hit invite, and then your address book comes up, and then you could either text or email, however you want to send the invite.
Easy enough.
So
I'll try. I'll try next time. Let's see if I
yeah,
can do
next time
this.
if you want to initiate it.
I
So yeah.
have something on my mind that's really bothering me.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad, and I want to know your take on this because
Okay.
I'm like thinking to myself, this is bad. Like that whole what you call it. First of all, like what land am I living in? Rob Reiner was killed, right? He was murdered by the alleged suspect.
Allegedly by his son, his 32-year-old that
His
had very
32-year-old
bad
son,
mental illness.
whatever, the whole shebanga, whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, I didn't realize he was still alive.
Who, Rob Reiner?
Yeah.
Oh
Like what
yeah,
was it?
no, he's
When
very
I saw
relevant.
it, it looked like it said something about him passing away 11 years ago. I was like, he passed away 11 years ago?
Don't you hate that friggin' Facebook meme friggin' bullshit
I
that
don't
they
know
put?
what it was, and I'm saying that's weird. Then I'm finding out that this just happened, so I'm all confused. I'm saying, why are they, if he passed away 11 years ago, why are they talking about something that may have happened 11 years ago, only to find out that this happened a couple of days ago, and it was supposedly, you know, could have been his son. I'm thinking to myself,
Well, he's the
what?
suspect. He's the prime suspect.
He's the
They
prime.
got, yeah, they have his evidence all over the place, and it's
And
horrible.
horror. I'm like, what? How big could it have been that you want to just take out both parents? Like, not only did he take out his father, he took out his mother too.
Yeah, got rid of both of them. I mean, that's bad. That's bad. He was a, he was the type of guy that was very opinionated, especially politically. He had a very strong opinion, but he was one of that old generation that could have a very strong opinion one way
Right,
about politics and about, morality, but it would not affect his relationships with his friends and cohorts that maybe shared a different idea about
right.
how things were. And that's really, unfortunately, appears to be an older way of thinking. You know how it is now, Claude. Now it's like if you're either with me or you're against me. There's no
Yeah.
longer the ability to discuss politics, disagree on things,
Or have a
and then
difference of opinion,
go have a drink with someone,
or have a
or have
difference,
dinner.
right, have a difference of opinion and respect each other's opinion, because you may be looking at it from a different standpoint depending on, right, your own concerns, right?
Right. Your
It's your own
upbringing,
concerns. If
your
you're in a different position than I am, I may have a difference of opinion because I'm in a different way than you are, you
correct.
know? So why, or I'm looking at something different that's, which I think nowadays, they focus less on the things that they really need to tell the people rather than just bashing one another. Well, you don't do this, and it's both ways. They're bashing one another rather than talking about back in the olden days. We used to discuss, well, the politicians used to discuss what they thought the people needed.
Right.
They don't do that anymore.
Well, and then you vote for one candidate,
Right?
and if
Because
they
you're picking
lose,
based on the needs of yourself.
so you would make your vote, let's say voting for president. You voted for whoever you chose based on what your needs are, what your morality is, whatever.
Whatever.
If they lose, you tip your hat and you respect the president.
And you say, okay, let's see what happens for the
That's
next
my
four
president.
years.
That's it. That's my
And
president.
that's the
It's
president. And then, in 4 years, you have an
you
opportunity
know,
to do something
yeah,
different or whatever. You see how it goes, and that's the way it goes. And I was always taught that that should be kept private.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Your your opinion of politics, especially in the field that I was a hairdresser. I got to get the book because I gave it to like the old fashioned manual of cosmetology. I gave it to
Oh.
Jessica.
Oh. Okay.
And it's like right in the beginning how to dress, what you're going to speak about, what you're not allowed to speak about, religion and politics off limits.
Right, because you're gonna be a hairdresser for a Democrat, a Republican, an
For
atheist, a
anybody, it doesn't
Jewish,
matter. I
whatever,
did,
a
right.
Catholic. Yeah, everybody's
Doesn't
hair
matter.
grows, and everybody needs to be groomed.
Correct. So
Right,
it's
you're
like we
there for
don't discuss.
everybody. Not to dwell too much on politics. You were saying about Rob Reiner, like, and something that was bothering you.
It was bothering me because I was like, what was going on in this person's mind that at that moment I just can't imagine the poor family. Like I just feel so bad. Like what was going on at that moment that that person or whoever was so out of control to just do that.
Mm,
And if it is the son, which obviously he's a suspect, he has another brother and another sister that didn't have a choice with that, right? Now they don't have parents.
mm,
It's like,
yeah.
I don't know, that's got me all sorts of ways. It just really bothered me. It
Mm,
really did. I was like, that's just crazy. Like, and, and, I love the people that come out of the woodworks that just all of a sudden, they have an opinion like, of who he was, who Rob Reiner. Oh, he wasn't a good guy. He wasn't a good father. He could be the shittiest person on earth. You still shouldn't be killing him.
Yeah, I had an interesting, a very bizarre situation the weekend before that news came out. Whatever the Friday was, it was probably this past Friday because
Yeah,
this
it
just
was
happened.
wasn't too long ago.
So on Friday, we were out to dinner. Linda and I were out to dinner with friends, and the wife of this couple that we were out to dinner with, her sister is in the community. She's well known as a writer, and she had several syndicated shows that she either was the lead writer or involved in. And she was, sharing a story that the last time she went out there to visit her sister out in Studio City, that something about Rob Reiner, because her sister knows Rob Reiner, and they were at some sort of a function, and Rob Reiner was there, and she met him. And then 2 days later, we get the news that Rob Reiner was killed. But
That is,
anyway, yeah, Rob Reiner, God rest his
God
soul.
rest his
We
soul.
just
Right.
watched a movie last night that was directed by Rob Reiner, and because now they're playing his movies.
Yeah, he had good ones. He had good ones.
Yeah, yeah, I forget what movie it was, but I said, "Oh my God, this is Rob Reiner," and Linda goes, "Yeah, it's like Rob Reiner is, you're going to see his movies
They're
popping up."
gonna put him up. Yeah, they're gonna
I
put
tell
him
you,
up.
my favorite. I just, I get the email from my ISP and cable provider, okay, and you know, $263 for my television service and internet, right? And
Why are
everything.
you still paying all that money?
Well, because I'm an idiot. Now, wait,
It's
but you know what I
ridiculous.
watch? You know what I watch? On free YouTube, because everybody knows I'm a YouTuber.
Yep.
On free YouTube, if you go down the menu
And
board on
click
the,
movies
it says movies. There's a section of movies called free with ads.
with ads.
And they play. And those are the movies we're watching because there's nothing else. We spend a half hour going through 9,842 channels that we pay 263 a month for. We don't like anything on there.
Listen, treat yourself to not having those stations
I'm
anymore.
telling you,
And
I'm
you just
so
made just you could easily make yourself by discontinuing those services 200 a month.
right because you still have to pay for the
The internet.
Wi-Fi, the internet. You have to pay for that,
You know
and
what I
there's a
pay for my
couple
internet?
of subscriptions that I would have to sign up for.
Right, if you want
So
like
I'm not
you
going to
want
say.
Netflix or whatever.
I'm
So,
thinking more like
150?
150 a month. I would say.
Okay, you don't want to save $150 a
What do you
month?
mean? That's the cost. That's the cost of all my recreation and boating. Like that's all my gas. 150 a month pays for my gas and my boat insurance. That's what's nice when you use the same person all the time to do your contract work and all of that. They know you could leave him in the house. He's just a very, very good guy, Carlos. It's a little expensive, but we haggle with him. We get him to drop his price. Every time he gives us a price, we go through this game where I go, all right, you go high, I go low.
Yeah,
I'm not giving you what you said. Or we try to add other little jobs for the price. Like
right.
if he prices something for 5,000 and he's doing A through M, we try to bring him all the way to Q. You know what I mean? We add 5 or 6 things. We said, but we need you to, and we always make him fix something that he did that how every time somebody does something for you, there's always a little something that didn't work out. Well, when we hire him again, we go, oh, and that thing you did for us last year, yeah, it's cracked. Whatever you need to fix it, and he does it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and
You're
sometimes he'll
well, you're
come.
a return client for him, so why wouldn't
Right,
he
right.
take care of it?
And sometimes he'll do things and he doesn't charge us. Like
Yeah.
last year when we were in Florida, we had a little snowfall. And I said to him, listen, if it snows in March, I need you to shovel because, oh no, it was the year me and you went in February and Linda
Yeah.
by herself in February. I said, Linda can't shovel if it's a bad snowfall. And we had one that was about 10 inches when we were away.
Oh, yeah. It
Yeah,
was
and
cold.
him and his guy came down, and the snowblower wasn't working.
Right.
They ended up doing the whole thing by
I
hand. These
know.
guys got backs like mules, like I don't know how the hell he did it. He shoveled the entire driveway, all the steps, and my house all steps. And the ones in the back are bad because they're in the shade and they get icy. They have to be shoveled.
And you don't put salt down for those stairs? You gotta put
Yeah.
a little
So,
salt.
like now when we had this snowfall the other day, I did all the snowblower work because I got the snowblower fixed, and Linda did the stairs, and I'm still suffering. My
Yeah.
back is killing me. So,
Yeah, you gotta put a and that's the other thing. I'm not taking the dog out when it's all shitty weather like that and whatever. And over here, it's not like he could go into the backyard. He's gotta find the spot
mm,
outside. It's not the same.
yeah. So, did you do all your Christmas shopping? Like everything's
I
done?
did. I did. I really didn't do like I didn't buy anything for anyone. Like just the kids, the kids get their annual pajamas and then I just do my kids. I'm just going to give them some money. That's it. Let them figure it out.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's
I
pretty
didn't buy them
sterile.
very not doing it,
Mm. You
not
know how I do it now, and I kind of got Linda to sign on to this method, because we do a lot, we'll get each other things. So to avoid getting things that maybe don't fit or you don't like the color or it's not necessarily what you wanted, what we generally do now is shop for ourselves and wrap for the person and then the gift goes for you. So I'll go and I bought myself a coat. She was with me. I needed a black coat, something a little longer, to cover your ass if it's a little colder. Because I have all these short little, hook brand, like this, the fishing brand. Yeah, sometimes you
You
got to.
don't have like a dressier coat like that in
I do,
between, like an
but
in
it's like a
between.
sack of potatoes. It's enormous on
Oh, so you got to donate that.
nothing. Yeah. So oh my God, because what this contract, and it relates to the contractor because the main thing he's doing is we're refreshing the closets upstairs
Right.
because now we know how we use them. Linda's like she hangs and she needs shelf space for shoes. Girls have a lot of shoes.
My shoes take over everything, more than my clothing.
Yeah, I don't have, I keep my shoes in the basement and we have like a bench that we put the shopping bags on top of the bench. And, Peppy sleeps on top of that bench too. And underneath that bench, I have all my sneakers, my boots, everything lined up. Like that's because what I do is I come
Well,
down
you're
with,
talking about like your everyday shoes.
that's all I have is everyday shoes. And then I
Well,
have,
no, you
I have
dress your
three
shoes.
pairs of dress shoes. I have
Yes,
brown.
see, it's so much easier.
Yeah, I have a brown pair of Bruno Malley's. I have a black Bruno Malley, brown Ferragamo, and then I have brown suede Ferragamo that I wear in the summertime if I'm wearing jeans to a nice place, the Hamptons, whatever you don't want to go with sneakers. You know, I take care of them. I've had them for 15 years, but I keep that shoe tree in it.
Yeah,
Every time I use it, I put the tree back in there and I cover them with the felt cover and I put them back in the box. I got 3 boxes. Linda has
I know.
103. I mean, it's
I know I have so many shoes, and I got rid of stuff, but I still have
but
so many.
she's got out of that 103, so to speak, whatever it's got to be 50 or 60 boxes, shoe boxes, right? At least 50 or 60 on top of her everyday what she's wearing
Right,
for
the
the
everyday
season.
shoes. Yeah,
Yeah, you
wherever the
got your
season.
seasonal boots. So she's got her brown and her black boots so that are readily available. And she's got her go to sneakers that she likes to wear that are comfortable. She's not a big slipper person.
I love slippers.
I gotta have my Uggs. I get a new pair every year. I beat the mother effing shit out of my Uggs. I mean, I use them to put out the garbage.
Everything.
Sometimes I'll
I
go
love
food
slippers.
shopping with them on, you know?
Yeah, well, because they can. Uggs, they're
Yeah,
indoor
they
outdoor.
have the bottoms,
Yeah.
so as long as it's not wet outside. So I just got mine actually today. So they're I don't know if you know about men's Uggs, they're extremely narrow.
Yeah.
Hold on, I think I lost the tooth. They're very, very narrow. So I get the 3E, triple E. But if I get triple E, then I could get the 10, which is good for 10 and 10 and a half. They don't run in halves, the UGG slippers. You got to get either 10 or 11.
You
But if,
have to
you know,
downsize.
yeah, if I could get 10 triple E, I just got them. I said, let me open up the box, because that's one of the gifts from her to me, but I bought it. And then she'll wrap it and she'll put from mommy to daddy. You know what I mean? Something like
Right.
that from Mama Claus. But meanwhile, I picked them out. I took them out of the box. I tried them on perfect with socks. They even fit
Comfortable.
with socks on, and it's
That's nice.
10.
Yeah, that's
So
nice. That's nice.
I'm happy about that. But the other thing that I got for myself is I wear this brand of coat and I wear it on the boat during either the spring or the fall when it's cold outside. It's called bear skin, but it's
You know
spelled
what? That
B A
BABAE.
E R.
You know what? That was coming up in my Instagram. Is it a real thing?
Yeah, yeah, bear skin, but their customer service sucks,
Oh, because they're not.
right?
What
But
are
their
they like?
product is very good. So when they first came out, I bought one.
Is it the fleece one?
It's fleece, but it's the 32 pile, so it's heavy. Like it's all you got to wear is your mid leg. You don't have to put like a sweatshirt under the thing. When you wear this, you could have a button down underneath and maybe an undershirt if you want it on, and that's it. You put this thing on. I mean, it's amazing. It's a really good coat, and the
And they
reason.
have all zippers and
Oh,
pockets and
interior, exterior sleeve,
like for your
glasses,
wallet or what.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything. You got a
How
pocket.
long does that take for delivery?
Well, I got it, and now they're making a whole ladies line, which is pretty
I
interesting.
saw that too, but
And they're
I was
making
looking.
gloves,
I
and
was looking more for the fact that with the sale, and I was actually thinking about that's a good gift to give. I don't want to say any names. That's a good gift to give
well,
if
it's
if you're
they
always
have right
outdoors.
now. They have a BOGO H,
Yeah.
so buy
Uh,
one get one half.
Yeah, it's like a hot.
So
Well,
you
no,
could buy
I got something with a discount that let's say the jacket was,
$200, you get it for 120.
150, it's like 99.
Correct. That's the one I just bought, but I bought it when they had the Black Friday sale. So you got that 60% off or something, 40% off. And if you bought one on that week, you got a second one
Half.
for half price.
So
So
you're paying $150 for two.
correct. 163 it cost me for two, right? But we were out east with friends when it got delivered. And then the night that we were there, because we only stayed one night, the night we were there, we got that snowfall.
Oh, yeah.
So here's where they're lacking on their customer service. So they send a thing, hey, you got your bearskin, congratulations, like a robo message, you know? And I said, okay, that's fine. But I call Allie and I go, is there any way they said and she said, no, she was going here or there. She couldn't do it. She couldn't come. I don't like stuff staying in front of
No.
the door, right? Which to my point, I'll tell you about keeping things in front of the door. So anyway, so we come home the next day in the snow. There's no coat, there's no box, there's no package. So I immediately messaged them. Now, problem number one, it's not like you can get on the phone like Bloomingdale's and call somebody or Amazon or it's not like Amazon where you message them and they
Never
immediately give you a
received.
credit and they send you another. If you say, like what happened with me once with Amazon was they said they delivered it. And I
Yeah,
said,
never.
but I never got the picture. And
Yeah,
they sent me the picture and I said, that's not my house.
yeah,
I don't even know what house this is. Me and Linda are looking at it. We're going, I don't recognize it. The
yeah,
house. They immediately sent me another one. And but with these people, you message them, they send you a robo thing. Uh our records indicate that it was delivered on this date and go look at all your neighbors, look at all your doors, do this. They're going to put it someplace safe if there's a weather issue, which there was, right? So make absolutely sure and contact us if there's any problem. But they don't give you an email, they don't give you a phone number.
yeah. That's not good.
All right. I get a phone number online. I Google it and I do get it. And you see all the customer complaints not about the product. The product is good. And the one that I bought for half price, I bought one in black, one in blue, right? The one that I bought at half price, now they make a spring weight instead of the
The
40
heavy winter. Yeah,
instead of the 46 winter one, they make a 23, or instead of a 32, they make a 16. It's half the weight, and they call it springtime, you know?
but it's
So,
good.
yeah, it's beautiful. And they make that one a little bit tighter so you could put a rain over it. So that could act as a base layer on the rain gear. And
Right, right. I
they
saw.
also sell rain gear, right? They also sell rain
Yeah,
gear.
yeah. I saw that it zips into an outer coat that you could get.
Correct, correct. The rain gear thing. If it's cold and it's rainy, they have the solution. Now they're making gloves. So anyway, so I'm calling. This is going on since the 12th. Okay, contacting, calling. When you call them, I got a number. It goes right to voicemail. It says, "Give your order number, tell us the delivery address, and we'll have somebody contact you immediately."
Yeah,
Ugats, right? So now it's like yesterday. I send them a message on their customer service. I said, listen, you guys are not responding. It might be because of a holiday, whatever. I'm calling my credit card and I'm
yeah.
disputing the charge.
Disputing it. Yeah,
I'm disputing the charge. And that's it. So that's what I did. And so I dealt with Capital One and they told me how it was going to work and this and that. And that's that. And the case will stay open till the middle of March, actually. But I had an open message to them saying, send me a picture of where you put it.
right.
Nothing.
Because they don't take pictures.
Wait,
They're on Amazon.
wait. Last night, we're watching that Rob Reiner movie, which I still didn't come to me what movie it was. And I get a text. Hi, this is Yummy Yummy Delivery. Yummy Yummy or some name like that. It's like a Chinese run company, Chinese owned. And here are the pictures you requested. And I'm looking at the pictures. It's a picture of the front of my house. It's a picture of the package, a white package in their truck. And then it's a picture of the package, but they didn't put it on the front stoop, where all the deliveries get put by the front door. They put it 4 steps up the front steps on the side. And I look at Linda, I go, this thing is buried in the snow. It's a white package. And it's where, when we were shoveling the stairs and everything, I'm dumping snow
On
there
top of
from
it.
the stairs or whatever. I said, the snow melted a little bit in the last few days. Let me go check. I go outside. There's the bag.
There it is.
It's
They
right
didn't
there.
even put it up at the top. They came up 4 steps and threw it.
Yeah. And they
What?
delivered it. Yeah, because I guess, but it wasn't even, it hadn't even started snowing here. The picture, there's no snow on my steps. So yeah, I can't even say, well,
Yeah,
they
but
didn't go all.
they didn't even bring it up to your front door.
Correct. Let's say if there was snow in the picture and I say, okay, they only went up a couple of steps. They didn't
Because it
want to
was
break the neck.
snowing. Right. They didn't even go up. It wasn't even snowing.
So the point is, now the charges are reversed temporarily, and I
Right.
got all my stuff.
Yeah.
And so they're going to contact me, because the first thing Capital One is going to say is, do you have a picture
Right.
of where you left it?
Right.
Because if they feel they have sufficient information
Well,
to
that's
reverse the
different.
dispute, then they're going to
Yeah.
drop it. So at some point, either they or Capital One will contact me, and I'm going to say, you know what, I got it.
Yeah. And that's
So
fine.
I
But I
got
gotta
it. So
go.
all right, Claude, I love you. I'll talk to you
Okay.
later.
Talk to you later.